Hi, Pew community. In this video, we introduce the programming options of Robot Pew. There are several options to do the programming of Robot Pew. Let's help you to decide which programming language to take based on your level and your interest, and you set the correct expectation what each programming option can do and cannot do. As you can see here, the system comes with the Robot Pew and a gamepad. First, you need to understand what's the connection of each pieces. We got a Robot Pew here, and we got a gamepad controller. So Robot Pew, you have to program Robot Pew either by block programming or by Python programming. And for the gamepad controller, we simply do the block programming. There are three ways to do programming. First way, it is write program at gamepad controller. I use block programming, and in the block programming, we send radio commands to Robot Pew, and Pew execute the radio commands. This way to control robot, the learning curve is really low because you just need to do some, just need to assemble the string commands and send it out through the radio. Learning curve is really low. You can see the robot effect right away, but because there's a lot of handshaking in the radio communications, each command is really slow, and you have a very limited number of actions you can do, because if the robot execution engine doesn't support the radio command, then you cannot do it. This mode is good for the entry-level users. If you never do any programming before, try this block programming at a gamepad controller first, and when you get used to the block programming and the other programming concepts, you can move on to the next level, which is you can do block programming at Robot Pew's microbit. In this way, you got this advantage of block programming, which is quick to start, but you also has some, compared to the other programming language, block programming has limited capability. You cannot write a really complex command, and the execution speed is slow. So when you get more experience in the programming, move on to the third method, which is do the Python programming Robot Pew. Python provides lots of AI libraries and sophisticated math functions. You can use that to do more complex feedback control and use more robot sensors. Based on your programming level and your experience on robotics, you can basically, our suggestion is try out the gamepad block programming first, then move on to block programming at Robot Pew's microbit, then move on to Python programming at Robot Pew. Overall, this is the learning path, and at here I can show you some example of block codes for the gamepad controller. For example, this one is the gamepad controller, and what you need to do is click the example program in the tutorials, then click the edit, then you will go to the makecode.microbit.org, and then start programming at the gamepad side. As you can see here, there are lots of commands sent out. It is through the radio, and you can make Robot Pew to do talking, speaking, and yeah, this is say this is order. For example, this is all the words you can pre-program to allow Robot Pew to say it. When you press a button, and you can send out a command. Okay, so and the next one, it is the example code for Pew's block programming for Pew. Let's see. As you can see, the block program for Robot Pew, it is more complex than a gamepad program. As you can see, we got a lot some low-level command to control the servo and control the arm movement, leg movement, foot movements, and also has some function to do balancing, to do head movements, head control, head movement, and do searching around, look around, and also do the walk. So for example, this is a position vectors for Robot Pew to walking or running. So, and this is a walk function. Overall, this is a good way to understand how the robotics, how do we control robot in the robotics. And this is an example of Pew's Python program. In summary, you have to use the Pew Mu editor and edit the Python program, then upload to the microbit to take action. In summary, take your time and find out the a programming interface. It's satisfy your need and your skill level.